Hello everyone, this is Jamie Chambers, and this is my desk copy of the Metamorphosis Alpha role-playing game. Um, this is technically the 5th edition of Metamorphosis Alpha that I produced under license with the original creator, James M. Ward. Made the original game in 1976, published by TSR. I'm going to try to do just a very quick couple of minutes explanation of what this is and why you might want to check it out. First thing that's kind of cool to note is that as you can see, there's a thing here that says free digital edition, which means that if you get this, there's a code on the inside of the book that allows you to grab a PDF version for free with the purchase of a regular copy. So if you get this at your local game store, you can absolutely use the code, head over to DriveThruRPG and grab yourself a copy you can use for reference. You can copy, paste material out you need, you can print character sheets, or whatever you need to do to run or play your game. This uses a new game system that I created that starts here with Metamorphosis Alpha, but will be used for certain future other role-playing game material I'm doing. It's called System 26. Reason it's called System 26 is because the default way of doing things in this game is to roll 2 six-sided dice. So if your character is neither good nor bad at a particular type of action and all of the things are equal, you'll roll 2 six-sided dice and try to see how many achievements you score. An achievement it's like a success in other dice pool style games, except what you need to get an achievement varies depending on the difficulty of the action. So if it's easy, you're just trying to get 3s or higher. And again, there you go. Average 4 or higher. You score it hard achievements on 5 or higher. And then if you go beyond that, if you have a large dice pool because you're really good at something, if you've got the advantage of mutations or technology, then you can get what's called enhancements, and they let you do, it's sort of like a critical hit in other games, except they apply to every kind of action. You can really do some special and neat, extraordinary stuff. You build a character that can either be a human, a mutated human, mutant plant, or mutant animal, and you're going to have traits, which are all about how good or bad you are at different types of actions. Everything from combat, non-combat stuff, mental things, but all stuff that within the realm of what a normal human could do. Qualities are more situational, so they affect how well or bad you're going to do, but on a specific situation. And mutations are kind of the one of the hearts of the game, I'll also say, but definitely what kind of makes a lot of characters besides the base humans completely unique, because even if you're already weird because you're a mutant aardvark, suddenly you might have the ability to shoot lasers at your eyes, or you have a giant lobster claw. The range of characters you can create at Metamorphosis Alpha is pretty extraordinary. One of the things that makes it a lot of fun. Yes, you can be a stego bear or a cactus with Cthulhu tentacles. The options are pretty limitless here. As we keep going on, there's a lot of stuff explained. We have the huge chapter on mutations, just randomly. Oh, look, we have a flying amphibian guy jumping up some kind of shaft with a robot who looks kind of ticked off. And yes, we have plant-specific mutations. One thing here being you need at least a low-level mutation for your plant to even be able to speak normally with everyone else. Gear and tech. This encompasses everything from the most basic stuff that a character in Metamorphosis Alpha might have, all the way to, look at that wicked looking sword, all the way to really advanced technology like, disintegration rays, invisibility suits, blaster rifles, and that kind of thing. We do have a small selection of pre-generated characters here. We also have a whole additional group of them for free online. So you can, if you just want to play the introductory adventure that's in here, you can just grab some character sheets, print them off online, and just jump right in. One thing that's worth noting is the basic kind of concept of the setting of Metamorphosis Alpha. This is the Starship Warden. Everything that takes place in Metamorphosis Alpha takes place on this giant spaceship that was once a generational colony ship coming from Earth to seed life onto a new world and bring humanity out there. Every aspect of life was represented on the Starship Warden until some disaster, which your characters probably wouldn't have a clue what that is, ruined everything. Possibly hundreds of years ago, things went terribly wrong on the Starship Warden, and now whatever's left alive is mostly mutated, except for a small group of pure humans that are still manage to survive, and some of them still in stasis from the original colony mode. Everything else mutated over generations, everybody struggling to survive over limited resources and a computer system and a bunch of robots that are not only not functioning correctly in the way they were originally programmed, but also struggling to adapt to this environment that it was not set up to handle. So the sort of default assumption when doing Metamorphosis Alpha is that you're playing a primitive inside this ruined advanced structure, this giant spaceship floating through space, and only after a result of time and your adventures will you even truly begin to understand your world. Otherwise, you're like this guy who has no clue like what a water fountain is. And to kind of jump people in, if you wanted to get a nice starting scenario, we have one of my favorite adventure titles I've ever written, The Petting Zoo of Death, in which you wake up with people or plants or animals that you don't know, all in cages, and you have to fight your way out of a strange environment. And I'll let the adventure title kind of spark your imagination of what kind of place you're actually in. So yeah, that's it. Metamorphosis Alpha, completely self-contained role-playing game. You know, full character creation, rules to play, guidelines for the game master, introductory adventure, starting characters, blank character sheet, and index in the back of the book. Free PDF copy with the purchase, all for $20. I hope that you'll check this out. If you don't see it at your local game store, ask for it, or you can go to signalfirestudios.com and order directly from us if you want. Thanks for watching and listening, and I'll check you guys later.